little cursor. It's like using the one on the pad. I have such a pain in the ass time with. All right, let's see who's in
We
chat.
live. We live. We live.
Hey,
Tatiana.
JFK, Pure Virus. Keeping up with Sean and Irene.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who that? Who that? Sean and
who
Irene, those
that?
crazy people.
Who that
They
pretty
crazy.
girl? Dicky, Tat, and T-Coy. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
guys for coming.
Yeah.
Uh,
21 likes already on the stream. 21 likes. That's awesome, man. Thank you to everybody.
yeah. I
Good
know
stuff.
people were like, I was in there liking the stream before you guys even went live, so I wouldn't forget
Mm-hmm.
and I could come right and chat. I was like,
Yeah.
that's cool. At least you left a like, you know?
That's why I'm big on that, Jules, of like setting it up prior. You always like, I would be like, Jules, is it set up? Is it set up? And you're like, not yet, not yet. I got to find a good thumbnail. Got to find a
Yep.
good thumbnail. And I'm like, all right. But Irene's the
Yeah,
same way. She's got to find a good thumbnail. So
I
I
do. I
understand.
always wait till like, that morning to make the stream,
Yep. True.
Sean's like, yep, Jules is famous.
True. True. What's up, Jenny?
Hey, Jenny T.
Tashanka,
I
Rockstar.
did see your text, Jenny T. So I will when they ring the buzzer. I'll know it's here. Rockstar, you came to Shanka. Hi.
Janice.
Um. Oh, Janice. Hey. I was gonna say. I think I seen Janice in your chat, didn't I, Harvey?
Janice
Okay.
and Tashanka both are from my channel.
Yep. I was gonna say because I thought so.
Base.
And Tashanka's got his
Gold
own channel.
badge. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check
Justine.
that out.
Penny.
Beautiful Penny.
Hope you're well,
Thank
Penny.
you, boy. Hey,
Justine.
Lisa. Miss Lisa.
Don't mind me. I'm just putting stuff up because
Lala,
I'm
you're
bored.
okay. We appreciate you watching, Lala, and listening. You
Oh, I
always
appreciate
listen.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, Rockstar. I heard you got to talk to beautiful
What's up,
Penny.
Variety?
She's an amazing lady for sure.
Did I say what's up, Lala, or what's up, Variety? Because I put the comment up and I said, so I love you, Variety. And I think I said,
variety. It sounded
I
like
think it did to me, but I'll rewatch it. But yeah, what's up, Lala, Lisa? I'm gonna rewatch that because I think I screwed that one up. I don't know,
I
but
was
I
gonna
do love
say.
Variety. Variety, I love that guy. He's
Right.
good.
It's like,
Wow.
yeah, that guy is such a good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Rockstar.
JFK. I didn't shout out JFK.
Beast. Musa is a beast. Bill Gangbang. Gang bang bang. Gang bang gang.
Oh, there's Bill. Yeah, there's Bill.
How are you, JFK? You guys, I'm so excited for this.
Moose is God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a gangster. You're right. He is a gangster. Good. You're right.
Yes, he's
Okay.
badass. I adore him to pieces for sure.
True. True.
Him and Jay literally kick ass.
Yeah, they've been going hard. Everybody's been going hard. Absolutely. True.
Oh, who's this in here?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's
You got special guest.
Hey, man.
Uh-oh.
Hey, my dude, man.
I almost blew that one up.
I'm good.
Harvey, I hope you don't hate me. I didn't tell you on purpose.
Hey, I love this dude, man.
I could tell. I saw your face.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'll come up, but don't say nothing.
I got high respect for you, man.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. How you doing, Musa?
I'm good. I'm good. Good. Relaxing. Waiting for another weekend. Waiting for next weekend.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Waiting to go out again next weekend.
Yeah.
I don't feel like hunting. I can't hunt on a weekday.
You kicked ass this weekend. You had it was like every time I go to catch another live, it's like, oh, Moose is live with another catch. I'm like,
gotta get them all. Gotta get them all, like the Pokemon.
I'm like one of the catches that's guaranteed a catch on a weekend.
Right.
Yeah,
if I go out, I'm gonna get somebody. I ain't make this trip for no reason. I'm coming. Somebody's got to get got.
For real.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to take the bait.
Right.
That
Because
very.
where were
What's
you?
that?
It was New York, right?
I was in Friday. I was in Bethlehem. Saturday and Sunday I was in York.
In New
I just turned in all the evidence for the York police. They contacted me, told me to send them all the evidence. The detective for out there, he's like, yo, man, I heard you got a couple cases out there that you was out here this weekend. That could you send me all the evidence? Absolutely. Here's the 4 catches. And that one guy that pulled off on me, that was my second time catching him.
Was it really? He kind of looked familiar, but I wasn't
caught him
sure.
in Harrisburg. November 5th, I caught him in Harrisburg when me and my little brother was together. I caught him there. I'm like, yo, now I'm in York and I catch him again.
Right.
I'm like, I know he looked familiar.
Yeah, exactly. It is Tashanka, huh?
What are we at? Number 457 or what is it? 460?
459. I'm at 459 right now.
Wow.
I'm trying to hit 500 before March, because March would be make 3 years I've been doing this, so I want to hit it before March.
Yeah,
you will.
That'll definitely happen with the sickos out there. Absolutely, it's gonna happen.
It'll happen. I got to travel home. I can't stay stationary like in my own neighborhood.
That's exactly what Jay's been saying. He's got to go different places because they're all used to him here.
Everybody know who I am. Like once I say the age, they
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, nah, I know this is LC Predator again.
Yeah, they come out flat out like, man, what's up, Musa? I support what you're doing, man. Keep going.
Right.
The guy with the black and mild, he's coming for me. I can't mess with this one. You know.
Yeah, they don't want to be on camera. If they get caught, if a local get caught, they get like their life is really destroyed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Like the guy, I found out his real name. The guy that was on his knees praying to me over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I found out his real name.
Did you?
Hit me up. He's in the comments of that video.
Is he?
Oh wow.
He's bold enough. He went in the comments apologizing and everything like this. Like, yeah, right. He messaged me last night. His real name is Hector. He's 45 years old.
Wow. The balls.
Said, got him.
The balls. I know you do, Rockstar. I was saying that before, that you literally always get called Musa as soon as you're in the chat. They're like, oh, I know this must be Musa. It's like, no.
What is that talking about?
No.
Good, Tech.
Hey, Tech.
What's up?
So, you guys, I really want you guys to hear Harvey's story, because I personally think he is a hero to me. Clarification. I do, in all honesty. Because, your family is that important to you, but, the fact that you stood, 29 years of the BS, is amazing. So, yeah, it is a long time.
That's a long time.
It is.
I don't consider myself.
That's
just
time.
my brother,
Yeah, I know. But it's like, to the rest of us who we talk to people like this on a regular basis, and I genuinely, I see you as a hero to me.
That's
so.
Anyway,
I just realized it was like 1 o'clock. I'm like, oh man, it's 1 o'clock.
Musa, like, Jules about to scream at me.
I was like, oh man, it's over. I'm like, cause it just was like 11:30. I'm like, let me look at the time. Oh man, I gotta call her.
Well, you guys feel free to ask me anything, or tell me where to start, or however you want.
The same way as me. That's why I tell people, like, man, just ask the questions, man. Just ask it. I don't feel like just rambling. Just go ahead and just ask some questions. Ask some questions.
I think honestly a good place to start is to tell people how you protected your brother, because it kind of shows to how I got introduced to you and whatnot. So
he was 14 and I was 17. We had a distant cousin that was 22, and there was always physical abuse. between the two. You know, they was always fighting, but I didn't know about any of the other until one night after a party. You know.
Yeah.
So he confided in me. He told me not to tell anybody, but I had to tell my parents.
Right.
I couldn't let that go. So I told my parents, and they didn't believe me. I mean, it just shocked me. And my brother, he was mad at me because I even said something, because he was ashamed, embarrassed, and whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I told a retired cop that was a friend of the family.
Yeah.
All he did was turn around. I figured he'd go back and tell people that he knew in the police department, but he just told my parents. And so, you know, they was mad at me again. So I just took matters in my own hand. And where I'm at, there's a lot of deer hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up to his house. I tried talking to him. I couldn't bring up the nerve to talk to him because I wanted to bring this out, you know, and say, hey, you know, why are you doing this to my little brother? But I just couldn't get up the nerve. So he went out hunting, and I decided to go out there with him, you know, go to where he was at. I found him. I'm in tears, and I'm thinking I'm just going to talk to him. You know, I'm going to get this out. And I get up there, and, you know, I figured he would deny it, you know.
Right.
Not only did he deny it, he started taunting me, you know. He goes, oh, you're down there crying like a little baby. You know, he goes, maybe I should come down there and give you the same treatment. And that's when I shot him.
Yeah. What the fuck? The same treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, he never did really admit to it.
Yep.
But he didn't deny it either, you know.
I was just gonna say, yeah, he didn't.
Man, that statement was that statement right there was admitting.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
When
why
he
I
said,
saw
"Yo, want me to come down here and do what I do to your brother to you."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the admission all within itself right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, after I shot him, I fell to my knees. I was crying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't know how long I was there crying.
Right.
I finally got up and walked off, you know. But if you listen to the prosecutors and stuff, they said I stalked him hunted him down, stalked him, and shot him in cold blood. But I did go out in the woods and look for him.
Right.
I really wouldn't call it stalking him and hunting him down or anything, you know.
Right.
Because my intention was to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know. And I just got up the nerve to talk to him. I mean, and then it just went all south, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, clearly you intended on having a conversation with him, just trying to get him to own up to his disgusting shit. And
try to get him to stop, you know. I mean, I've walked up on him when he was pointing guns at my brother and everything else, you know, and them fighting and everything, you know, but it just all finally came to a head, you know.
yeah. I think it needed to, though, to be honest. You know what I mean? And your brother obviously felt like he could trust you enough, you know. So
well, he apologized years later for not. He said I should have spoke up, you know. He said, but you got to realize I was just ashamed, you know. I was embarrassed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Abuse like that can bring, you know,
Yeah, a lot of
shame and
to be
embarrassment.
a male, like males, like usually on macho and stuff like that. A male ain't really gonna open up to something like that.
Yep.
Right.
Especially
Well,
like with another male or something like that. You
Yep.
like we grew up as like to be macho and everything like
Right.
this, like
Like,
be tough,
men
don't
don't
cry
cry
and
and
stuff
all
like
this
this. So to be taken advantage of, you don't want to be that person.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
So that I see it like I think more men that done been molested that have never said anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so too.
Yeah.
And but you know, this guy was just a terrible person in general, you know.
Yep.
And
Anybody that does something like that, that would do some harmful stuff to a child, they're not a good person in my eyes.
Right.
But you know what? Years later, after I got out of prison, I'm on this website called Quora, and I was telling people I'm not, because they're saying the same thing you guys were saying. They're saying you're a hero and all this. And I said, I'm not. I just protected my brother. They said, and I never thought of this. They said, well, no telling how many people you protected.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I was going to say is, I mean, if he could have done it to your brother, he could have done it to many kids before that. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I mean, the way I tell Jay, you know, mentally they think to themselves, oh, we're talking to these guys, so they're not talking to a kid. But who knows how many other children they have spoke to if they're willing to speak to you. We don't know. You know what I mean? So just because you know, catch one guy and you think maybe it's saving one child, yes, ultimately that's the hope. But it could be several.
It could be several, yeah. And that's why I have such a respect for Musa and people like him, man, because, you know, they're out there all the time catching these people.
Yeah.
And you, like you said, you say you're saving one child, but you could be saving hundreds, you know.
Just imagine this, like on Saturday, I caught the one guy that got arrested right on the spot, like the black guy, he got arrested. He the story that he told me, like in the chat logs and everything, he like, yo, my little cousin is over here. They're 16. I told him I'm 15. So he's like, yeah, they're 16 years old. He's like, yo, when you come in the house, when we come in the house, if they say anything, I'm gonna just tell them, like, just say that you're one of my coworkers. You telling somebody that's younger than your cousin that's there, to say that they're your coworker. So y'all can go into the back room and get it on.
Right. That's just
like the mention, like how do you think that was gonna? How did, like, in his mind, how did he think that was playing out?
Right. Well, you know, their thinking is really messed up, because I told Penny and Tatiana this story the other day. Me and my celly was in the kitchen working, and there was a guard standing a little ways from us, and we just joking with one another. He's saying, you know, he couldn't trust me because I have a murder case, and I was saying I couldn't trust him because he's a thief, you know.
Yep.
And I could not believe it. This guy walked up, little creep, and said, neither one of you can be trusted. You're a murderer. You're a thief. All I did was have sex with a child, and that shouldn't be illegal.
Wow.
Like, what?
Yeah,
like, out of everybody, you're the one that's not to be trusted, bro. What
Marcelli got up and beat him down, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's what we was saying, that all that map shit, you know. I mean, it's insane that they had
them in population where you was at.
Some of them they did. Most of them was in PC, but every once in a while they'd put one out on the yard, you know.
Yeah, they had to sign their stuff out of PC.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Because they put them right in involuntary protective custody.
Yeah.
Unless they sign a paper saying like they don't want to be in protective custody.
Right. And the thing of it is, when they do put them in population, and if they're not being extorted or something like they usually are, and somebody beats them down, then that person gets another charge, you know?
Yeah, that's a street charge.
Yeah, street charge.
That's a street charge right there. That's an assault and everything like that. You're gonna be going whatever county you in that, and whatever jail, prison you in, that's the county that's where your charge is gonna be at. You're gonna have to go back and forth to court from that prison right there, unless they send you to the county jail. They handle that case.
Like Decoy, the one that he was incarcerated for, that was the guy that he killed. But the guy that was in prison, that just had said something to him, he said his cellmate beat him up.
Yeah.
Like, how much time did the guy that whooped his ass had?
I don't know. He had like 20 or 30 years, but he beat his ass. But what happened?
I'm saying, like, how much time did he have left?
Oh, he just got there. He hadn't been there long.
Oh, so he's like, fuck it.
So like, it wasn't like the possibility of coming home soon. It wasn't there. That's why he whooped his ass. Yeah. If he'd have been close to like a date or a parole hearing, he wouldn't have did that.
No,
he wouldn't have. No.
I mean, because they give you a hate crime too, man. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, they hit you. Like,
some people don't care.
I was in prison before, like just before I came home from prison this time. Like the last time I was in prison, they put a child predator in a cell with me.
Oh man.
Like like I didn't mean this guy was sitting in there playing. We playing battleship. We done made like battleships and everything, like with like the minds that you be having. We playing checkers, chess, everything with paper, and stuff like that.
Right.
So a couple of days we in there, we busting it up. Like it ain't never come up yet. Like, yo, what you in here for?
Yes.
So,
yeah. It takes
so like a couple of days later, like one of my friends came to the cell, like, yo, Moo, oh boy in here for messing with a little kid, 8-year-old. So I'm like,
oh, God,
we was just playing Battleship. I just went right to my bed, like, because my mind is stewing right now. But my parole is coming up, so I'm like, I'm battling both of them. I'm like, man, I gotta go home, man. I gotta go home to my kids. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, was that about me? I'm like, yeah, it was about you. I'm like, yo, man, fact, let me see that paperwork, yo. I need to see that paperwork. I read everything. I read the statements of the child that it happened to and everything.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, man, he's lucky. Like, man, I couldn't do nothing. They like the officer only put him in my cell. They was trying to kill two birds with one stone. The CO that put him in my cell, they didn't like me. So they wanted me to do something to him because they didn't want him on the block anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So if I'd have fucked him up, I'd have went to the hole. I'd have lost my parole, like going to see parole and everything like that. I know I'd have got a hit, and they'd have got him off the block. I'm like, nah, man, this is a setup, right?
It was.
I had to be in that room with him like 3 weeks until I finally got him out of my room. I'm like, yo, he ain't supposed to be in this room. This is the workers' room, man. He ain't supposed to be in here. Like, we ain't got no room. We ain't got no room nowhere else for him. Like, man, get him out of my room.
But he's right. They do try to set you up. You know, people think guards are good people and everything. Man, they're corrupt and dirty, man. Yeah. And they'll do dirty stuff like that.
Like,
somebody who's going home tomorrow doesn't care.
To look to go home or something like this, you ain't trying to whoop their ass. I know, like, people be wanting them to get whooped and stuff like that, all in jail, but it don't be going down like that.
No.
Right. Yep.
No, a lot of times nowadays they get extorted at the most.
Some people don't care, you know. They don't care if they're going home tomorrow. If they're in that mindset that they'll hurt that person, they'll do it, you know.
Yeah,
you don't see that. You don't see that one. Yeah. Somebody trying to go home tomorrow and it's a child, unless they can think that they can get away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, because like some of the COs will cover for you. You know what I mean?
A lot of stuff they could take.
No, but listen, it depends on how bad you beat them down.
Right.
If they got to go to medical, it's nothing that the COs can do about it. Like, no, we ain't gonna write it up. They have no choice but to write it up now.
That's like here in Shirley, the priest who was incarcerated for molesting all those kids. It turned out one of the kids that he had molested was incarcerated with him. He was there on something else, like stealing or whatever he was there for. But he ended up killing the priest in prison. And the COs, they turned their cheek. They didn't, they was ready to let him do what he needed to do. Didn't say nothing. The kid was like, no, I did it. He was telling everybody, like, I did it. Like, I had so much anger. I was seeing red, and when I seen he was here that
was the dude that was doing it to him.
Yeah,
I can see that rage. But a person that don't know them, I don't see them doing that.
Right. Well, the COs didn't know, I guess, at the time that it was his abuser. They knew the priest was getting beat up all the time. I mean, and nobody got in trouble for it till this dude took him out. And he was like, I mean, he was my abuser. They
usually get extorted. Yeah. They usually get extorted in there.
Yeah,
exactly. They got to buy people commissary and stuff like that. Yep. They got to pay rent.
If they got canteen, if they don't have canteen, they're doing other stuff. Right. But yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They washing some drawers and stuff like that.
They kept
you know what I'm saying? Let me get the best thing off your tray. Let me get that right there. Stuff like that.
Oh, that's a given. Yeah.
Yeah, they housed the female preds different from when the prison I was at. They kept them completely housed different. Like, we were able to walk the yard with, murderers and stuff, but not the pedos.
No, because they don't get Cause they got we ultimately paying for their protection in there.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, they do.
I'd rather them stay home
Yeah.
Right.
and lose their jobs and still got with the exposure and everything. Cause they stay in the house.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I seen one at South Central Correctional Center get beat to death, but the guy didn't mean to kill him. It just happened that way. And oh man, he cried when they told him the guy had died. You know, because he had like 2 or 3 charges they put on him. Like he said,
Yeah.
charges, you know.
That's a street charge. That's a regular charge, like you was home and you committed a murder.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
It's not like a simple fight. You going to the box. You're gonna be in the box too while you in there.
Right.
You going to the box.
Yeah,
That's 23 and 1. Sometimes it's every 3 days you get in the shower.
Right.
Yep, that's the way it is in Missouri. Every 3 days.
Yep.
Every 3 days you be in your cell. Then
That's
every
how it
3
was
days
here too, yeah.
every 3 days they let you go in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can pick. You want to go outside or you want to go in the shower. You get cut it
Yes,
short.
I was gonna say we were given a choice. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And I was saying, and it's not like they give you good deodorant too between the 3 days. You get that
no, that deodorant gonna make you musty.
Yeah, it's like if I put this shit on, it's no worse than I did before I put it on.
You're gonna get musty with that on. That's fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's simple fresh.
It's not nice.
It's got no odor to it. Yeah. It's very plain. Yep.
They lead you to the shower with a leash, like a dog leash, you know.
Yep. Blaze, that's possible because they were doing fire alarm checks in the building or whatever, but I had them do mine before we did live so that it wasn't.
Oh no, that's my smoke detector.
Oh, the beeping. Okay.
That's my smoke detector.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I seen the fire alarm,
you heard it.
Yeah, my battery was going too.
I'm about to go back upstairs where nobody can't hear that. I got put that. That was a secret.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to hear that. That was a secret.
Just came and tested ours. I mean, now mine's gonna beep too because they just tested it, so they have it beep for so long, you know, so it can send a fucking signal to the thing.
Yeah, I gotta tell my landlord about that.
Fact, decoy. But his is actually, we made him check on the batteries.
I got that too. Till I said thank you.
Oh,
I got that decoy. Thank you.
Your ornament and your card and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know. I was so excited. My kids are like, I want to hang up T-Coy's ornament on the tree. I'm like, well, T-Coy better get on the second one now because these kids fighting over who's hanging it on the tree.
You gave me. I mean, I thought she had a fidget, the little gidget for the crock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I thought she had a T-Coy gidget. Yeah, I thought she was sitting. I thought that's what was in there, a T-Coy gidget. I'd have put it in my crock.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. Yeah, she made both the boys a bracelet with the little paw print things. They're supposed to go on the Crocs or whatever. But because they don't have Crocs, she put it on a bracelet for them. So Noah wears his everywhere. He loves it.
It's too small for my wrist.
Yep. Noah was like, I love this. He goes to school and he's like, my mom's friend barks at people on the phone. I'm like, yes, you do. Oh, I was dying.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it went on to my other browser, because if it would have went on my other browser, if I'd have went in StreamYard, it'd have said my name.
Oh,
I'd have to change my name. So it went in my other browser, so I had to I just put this name in there.
Right.
Special guest.
Yep. Yeah,
I should have turned the camera off. I was supposed to turn the camera off. Could put like a voice changer on or something.
Variety almost spilled it too, because he was like, "Oh, he's like Moose. Oh, you right. Moose is a gangster, huh?"
Yeah.
He was about
That's
to say.
when I just came in.
Yeah, I caught myself, man. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, and then, man, I had to do a 180 on that one.
I was like, poor Harvey probably thought Variety was about to talk shit or something.
You didn't know what I was about to say. I had to turn that one quick. Jules, we have that comment that I starred though. It was a question from JFK to Harvey. How did your brother feel about you shooting him?
I mean, years later, you know, he said he was okay with it. He understood why I did it and everything. But years later, one day up in the visiting room, he was just mad, you know. And at the end of the visit, we shook hands and hugged and everything. He apologized, but he said he just had to vent. But he was mad because he was telling me I had to finish growing up without my brother, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know, that kind of hit hard, you know. But at the same time, I told him, you know, I said I had to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I had to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask. You know, I'll answer all questions.
Yeah. What's up, Cat Eyes, Damone, FM?
And FM too. Yeah, I didn't see you guys until now. I'm trying to post that Rumble in here before I forget.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a question that was further up too. I want to look and find it so I can post that on here.
Let me unstore that comment.
Let's see, where was it?
Did your brother did your brother ever like say did you cop out or did you go to trial?
I ended up copping out because I tried to escape. They offered me 25, and I tried to escape, and then they said all things off the table. You know, you're going down for first degree, and so they offered me a second degree, and I ended up taking that.
Yeah.
But the life sentence actually came from me trying to escape, you know, because they had offered me 25 years, you know.
Did they find out that did your brother come out and tell him that he was doing that to him?
Yeah, he, you know, years later he went up to Raleigh where the police station's at, and he goes, "Hey, look, man, you know," well, he told the cops. He didn't tell like the judge or anybody, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when the trial, like when you was going to court and everything.
No, he never did say anything, you know. In fact, I heard
that'll probably weighed on your sentence and everything too, on how the prosecutor was coming at you and everything like that. They'd probably seen no sympathy. If that would have came out, you probably have went to trial and they probably got something.
Right. The prosecutor presenting it as if I hunted the guy down and shot him, you know, in cold blood.
Yeah, cold blood and everything like that. They don't know the whole story and everything like that.
Yep.
And
more people, like the jury is people of your peers, so people of your peers would have understood that.
Right, exactly. Right. And he even said that years later. He said, I should have said something, you know. I should have spoke up for all the things he did, but he said, I just didn't, you know. And my parents, I know somebody's probably going to want to know about this, about my parents not believing me. They did afterwards, you know, and I seen them age 10 years in a year's time. I mean, it just took a toll on them.
I'm glad you made that statement too, because somebody asked me if you can ask him if his parents ever acknowledged their mistake.
Oh yeah, they did, and then every time they'd come and see me, they would apologize. You know, me and my brother we kept telling them, you don't have to apologize. You know, it's over and done with. You know, we accept your apology. You know, we forgive you. But they would.
More parents need to listen to that and like, if a kid come tell you something like that, you have to take something like that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say in some of my videos too. You know, always believe your child. You know, you can always find out later if they're lying, but
that's what I say.
Believe them. You know,
believe them first.
You have to believe in that, man. You have to.
Yeah.
How old was he? I may have missed that. How old was your brother Harvey?
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the most devastating day of my life was not the 29 years I've done, not me going to prison and everything. The most devastating day of my life is when he passed away 8 months before I got out.
Oh. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. That's unbelievable.
Sure. Yeah, I was. That's why I was kind of like hoping too that you were gonna like the thumbnail where I put your brother in the thought bubble too.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it came out good.
But yeah. We did everything together growing up, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw me, you pretty much saw him, you know.
Yep.
Like, do you ever regret it?
I regret what I've done and the pain it's caused people, you know, everybody around me and everybody involved. but I will never regret protecting my brother, and I will never.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like I know. I understand exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because I was gonna say, I know if it was me, I honestly would have still done the same. You
Right.
know?
But what I didn't know is when I done this, I was not thinking about. You ever throw a rock in a pond and you
The
see
consequences.
Yeah, the
The
consequences.
ripples. Yep.
It affected many people, and
Yeah.
I didn't take that into account. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yep.
That's something I tell like sometimes like when I'm talking to like some of these guys, I catch up like do you understand the ripple effect? Like that it's just not on you, it's on your family too. Your family gotta hear about this. Your little kids, like when they go to
Right.
school, like, oh yo, I seen your dad on a show on Catch a Predator or something like that.
Yeah,
Your kids got to go through that pain and everything too. It just don't go. It's not just with you because you did it, but a lot of other people go through that pain
Right.
of your decisions that you make.
Yep. Yeah. And Penny had asked if you could explain how, if you've seen any of the pedos, how they were treated for the most part while incarcerated.
When I first got to prison, I didn't see hardly any that I knew of.
Right.
I was in a very violent prison, and you didn't really see them or snitches or anybody like that. But as time went on, you started seeing them more and more in the yard, and most of them, the majority of them, like now, are extorted, and are told to get off the yard or whatever. But most people extort them because, like I said, and like Musa said, you put your hands on them, you're getting 2 or 3 charges,
right?
Street charges, And if you're trying to get out of prison, you don't want to do that.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're close to getting out,
like that guy that beat that one to death. He had 7 years left. Young man, just made a mistake and went to prison. He had 7 years left, and he was getting out. He ain't getting out no more.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's tough too because it's like they stick them in these prisons, and it's kind of like you're bound to have that happen. I mean, it's what I'm saying. At some point or another, it's gonna be a thing. And it's not. It's like you're putting them in there. I mean, in my eyes, it's just giving other people more time.
Right.
It's kind of.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for what happens to them. I feel sorry for what happens to the people that do things to them.
Exactly.
I don't lose any sleep over what happens to them.
No.
Care less.
Right. Yep. Facts. But that's what makes it hard. I mean,
right. It's the ones that, like
that
I said,
do stuff in the stuff that the consequences of doing something to one of them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You
still going to that box is not that box, man. That 23-1 and stuff, man.
He's not lying.
You don't like going there, man. You don't eat the same.
Yeah, they lose their mind.
Lose a lot of weight and everything up here.
Oh yeah.
Dark all the time. It's like you lose track of time. I mean, I was in there
pacing back and forth. Yeah.
I lost weight every time I went down there for any length of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're only eating like the regular food that come up on a thing, and probably more than likely you had done changed your diet from even going to the mess hall to go eat that. You're eating right on the block from off commissary and stuff like that. You just eating from off your work money or money that people done sent you. And people in there, they got stingers, all types of stuff that make meals.
Right, exactly. He's right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you start that, you like, man, I ain't trying to eat this, man. You ever think, oh man, I can't eat that, man. Just pushing that right back out. Right now, I don't even want that. Let me get the drink. Let me get the juice.
I mean, I spent 4 months one time in the hole, and it got to where I was trying to eat some of it because I was just losing weight left and right.
Yeah.
Some of it I just could not eat, man. It was just that.
Yeah.
Just eat like the fruit. Eating the fruit.
I was telling Penny about how we used to because in the women's prison, I'm sure you guys would get searched leaving child time also, but you know,
Let's see if
luckily
you bringing something
I
back.
had, yeah,
You
it's like
that's
luckily
random
I
one.
had boobs, so it's like, you know, I'd stick a banana under my boobs or whatever to go back to my cell. But it's like, you know, they're bruised up apples, bruised up bananas. It's not like the fruit is any better, but it's like at the end of the day, I would rather have that
Right.
than, you know, what was there. But we weren't allowed to take it back to ourselves, and my family didn't have money to put, you know, in
That's
my canteen.
contraband. You get caught with
So
that. That's
yeah,
contraband.
yeah. So
You know,
it's
they
like,
give-
and they pick and choose who they searching on the way out of chow too. It's like hit or miss, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
I've
it's
always
like
had a
I'd be
thing.
hiding it under my bra and just I'd walk into chow with my arms under my boobs and walk out of chow the same way. So it's like if they go to feel me up, you know, it's like, God,
I've always
like please don't feel that banana under my tits, please.
Right.
Oh Lord, not the banana. Uh-oh.
You know, it's like
I've always felt, you know, that it was funny that they would give you food, but then they caught stealing if you walk out the chow hall with it.
Yeah.
right.
Like, yeah, man, we was going because they thinking the worst. They think you going back to the to your cell to go make some hooch and shit like that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And hey, Daps, it's so hard because it's like, you know, it's the stupid shit. You really, you know, you're worried about getting in shit for in there. You know what I mean? Like, the bigger shit happens more often.
You know, another
You
thing
know?
that got me is, you know, you had people in prison that turned out
Yes.
people coming to prison, right?
Yeah.
You know, young guys coming to prison, they'd turn them out, force them into
Right.
sex and stuff.
Yep.
But yet they talk bad about chomos.
Yeah.
How can you talk bad about chomos and here you're turning out young guys coming to prison? You know,
Mhm. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because that's
It,
what I
it
mean.
was certain shower. It was certain showers. They would say, "Yo, don't use that shower.
right?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
use that shower right there. You
Yep.
know not to
Yep.
go in that shower right there, and don't be
Right.
up in the shower with all your clothes off.
Right.
You go in the
Exactly.
shower, you got to shower with your boxers on.
Yeah.
Right.
Always
Yeah.
take
It's
your
like,
boots
you
with
know, you're too afraid to take a shower. It's like, fuck.
If you know what's good for you, that's what you're gonna do.
No, because
Absolutely.
like
My
in
first
prison
week I was locked up, I was so
like
petrified
you
to take a
shower.
shower.
It's other men that's in there showering.
Right.
Mhm.
Like when you in there, it's
Right.
not like an individual shower like stalls. Like so, it's about like 10 people up in there,
Right.
a bunch of shower heads.
Right. Wait,
Mm.
the modern prisons in Missouri, like the old ones, like or like he's talking about, there'd be a bunch of shower heads in one big shower. But the
Yeah.
modern prisons in Missouri have these little stalls that just you can barely get in there yourself. You know, if you raise your elbow, you're going to hit the wall. You know,
Right.
Yep.
and they do that to try to knock down on some of that. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the rapes that go down in the shower,
Mhm.
Right.
then the voluntary stuff.
right?
It be voluntary stuff. A lot of
A lot of it is voluntary.
being
Yeah.
raped. It'd be a lot of voluntary stuff. I've seen
Yep.
a lot of lots of voluntary stuff in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
Absolutely.
and
I
Okay,
you
for
know,
the
people
stay.
move right in another room with somebody on purpose.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's voluntary, man, do your own thing. Just don't bring that my way. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
you know
Yeah. Congratulations to Shanka.
what do you say?
He said that I had mentioned something on your stream when I was on. Ooh, I passed it on your live. He
Be
said
right
Joel
back.
said something on Harvey's stream on Harvey's channel was true for me. January, I got 4 years off heroin. I used trucks to cover up past pains to stay numb. She had, yeah, I did comment. I have 9 years off
Well, that's
heroin
awesome.
this past August.
Congratulations,
And
both of you.
yeah, I mean, I originally was using pain pills and stuff. I have tumors in my spine and stuff, and degenerative disc disease. So my discs in my back are deteriorating like brake pads. You know, that's what it feels like in my spine all the time. So when I was 16, I started taking the pain medication and stuff, and I got hooked on it. But I, you know, got to the point where I was using so much fentanyl, the Percocet, Oxycontin, Vicodin. It didn't matter what, you know, they were prescribing me. I was eating it because it was also numbing my emotional pain from being molested and the rapes, like just didn't have to feel it. I didn't pay attention to it. So, you know, and I got to a point where dope was obviously cheaper. You know,
Well, it is, yeah.
you know,
It is.
I was like,
Lots
I'll
of
never
prescription
use
drugs.
needle. And what did I do? I got addicted to the needle itself, you know. It got so bad, you know, but when I went to jail, um, that was when I literally cleaned my shit up. I having to kick that shit in jail was not
Well, you
fucking
know,
fun. Was nothing nice. I, you know, and like,
And you had
thank,
to go through that pain
yeah, yep.
to
I met
prosper. Some
many
people need
people.
to go through that pain to see where they need to
Yeah,
be.
because like I had lost custody of my kids, my girls at that point.
Right.
They were gone from me for 7 months. I fought to get them back. I even went to a recovery program and all sorts of shit, and had finally gotten them back, but it was kind of like it just wasn't enough for me. It wasn't, you know, my real rock bottom. You know, losing them was hard. You know, it was like, to me, still, I acknowledge that as the worst time in my life. But would I ever want to stay? Thank you, bad guy. Would I ever want to go back to prison or have to kick, you know, a drug like that in prison? No, I will never want to do that. But it's like, I have so many friends who have died from, you know, using, and I'm just like, thank God I don't have to worry about that today. I don't have to run and hide when I see a cop anymore. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not, you know, and now I'm at the point too where I'll step to a dude if he steps to me. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Like, don't try me now. You know, like, you used to try me before, you know. But yeah, I think I got more into it because it was numbing all the emotional pain, you know.
Well, you know, I met a lot of people that was addicted to drugs while I was in prison. I knew some outside of prison, you know, a lot of them friends, and my brother, he was on meth. But
Yeah.
there's always, like I was telling somebody the other day, people don't just, as we're growing up as a kid, say, oh, I want to be a drug addict when I grow up.
Right.
There's always an underlying cause for it, you know, in like 95% of the cases, you know. So, you know, I don't judge people that's been addicted to drugs because I know that they probably got that way because they went through something, you know.
Yep. Yep. That's what I mean. Me and Variety have touched on that on this stream. In the beginning, we started interviewing mostly men who had been sexually abused.
Quite a few, yeah.
Most of them had also had an addiction to, you know, some form of a drug or alcohol, trying to hide that. And it's kind of like, sounds good, Matt. It's kind of like we would always remind them, like, it's more common, you know, than people think for men to be molested or raped even as an adult. But they don't speak on it because you know, like Musa said, you grow up with the, you know, boys don't cry and, you know, suck it up type of attitude, that you don't get conditioned to have emotions, to feel
I
things,
believe
you know, that it's
that
okay.
they know which child to choose.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that they know that's not going to tell or something
Yep.
like this, that's real timid or something like that. I think that's who they go after. They ain't gonna, like, I never had an experience like with nobody older trying to harm me no way like that, something like that.
Right. Yep.
Cause they know who's going to tell and who's going to be a fighter or something like that.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Like, I was just talking to a predator, like on one of these things. They done nixed me, but I still got who they are though.
Right.
He told me that he currently was sleeping with his step cousin. He said that's 14. He's like, he want that when she was 14, he was sleeping with her. He's like, now he was thinking about sleeping with her sister that's 13 now, but he afraid that she'd be one that's going to tell.
Wow.
So he nervous with trying to do something with her.
Yep.
So I know that they choose who
they're picking, and like,
yeah, they're looking for an easy target, and those are the ones I play on, like the ones that I be catching. I play right into their little fantasies and everything like this, just to expose them, just to show y'all their face.
Exactly. Yeah, because that, like he said, they look for easy targets, and in their twisted minds, they really don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they think it's okay.
They don't understand why it's against the law.
And you hear even
they know it's
some
against the
of
law and
chapters,
everything like this, but they don't feel like it should be
think
against
it's
the law.
morally okay though. Yeah, they morally okay, and it's like it's not though. Like
how
what
could you
morally
agree
okay
upon
to put
that?
your hands on a fucking child? You know,
I don't even see what, especially with real little kids. I do not see what the attraction is, man. That is, you got to be twisted,
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. I mean, it's like I was so like in awe. I mean, Alex and Courtney both had a catch like this, but Alex had interviewed this guy in Oregon. No, it was maybe it was Ohio. I forget where it was. But anyways, the guy had been a known Chomo, and he was at work when Alex got him, but he wanted like a 3-year-old. I mean, he'd already been with a 4-year-old or something. And Courtney had a guy who wanted the kid that he was talking to, it was, I think, like 8, but wanted a baby, wanted her to bring the baby with the decoy or whatever. It's like, this is a fucking baby. Do you know what I'm saying? This baby does not even know how to speak yet. So tell me where your mentality is if you think that is okay. Like, this child is not old enough to know what's going on, let alone speak on it or have feelings on it. You know what I mean? What the hell? But those kind of catches really get to me because it's like,
they're emotional,
Yeah.
That's the one Musa had. What was that guy? Like, he went after the trucker at the truck stop. Musa, he was the 1 month old.
He's on a sex registry.
Yeah.
Already.
Right.
Most of them that want the really young ones already are.
He told me that I asked the guy, this was like in the beginning of the conversation. I'm like, yo, so what's the are you cool with younger? He's like, yeah, it's all right. So I'm like, yeah, what's the youngest you ever been with? He's like, a 3-year-old. For oral.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like, yeah, it was a female. So I'm just taking, I'm like, oh, for real? Like, just playing into it, like, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying?
In your mind, you're like, oh,
I'm like, yo, man, I'm ready to listen. I left one predator, not calling the police on him, the whole ass like 45 minutes to go get him.
Yeah.
Right.
And he I showed the police everything. They didn't even lock him up or nothing.
Yeah. And it sucks because it's like,
and he's on the registry. He's like, yo, y'all ran his name and everything. I know y'all seen that he's on the registry.
Right, which means, just because I'm a decoy doesn't mean,
y'all should have. He's a trucker too. So
he's obviously
knows what he'd have did with them kids. If I really was them kids, what would have happened on his truck?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's what we was gonna go at, to his truck.
And he would have been gone to another state doing the trucking. I mean,
it's like from like Virginia, North Carolina, something like that. I think Virginia, Virginia or North Carolina. That's where he was on the registry from.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's so crazy.
But that's not the crazy thing about that story. Come to find out, he has a daughter that's strung out on drugs that has a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Wow.
So I wonder if that's who he was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah. Wow. I'm still speaking with her, Tatiana. I had to take a break and say that my phone got taken. My mom took my phone. I said because my grades were bad and she did the parent-teacher conference. But I needed a break. I mean, it was so hard to have a conversation with her, knowing that she was actively molesting her 11-year-old sister every time she slept over. I mean, it was a lot for me, being a victim myself.
I'm like, yo, where you ready to be? Where we ready to be? Where we ready to be?
She's out of state. She's out of state. She's trying to play she's from Europe. She's in Europe, but it shows the miles how close she is. She's only in New York. So, but I didn't have enough information on her. to even pull her information, because ultimately I would have, instead of the interview, in my eyes, you're actively molesting your sister. I'm turning you in. I don't need the catch. I don't care. I just
do you got like a Facebook or something like that with the same decoy picture?
Do I have one on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm not of the one that they're talking to.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's my decoy picture.
Yeah, I'm saying like if that one had like a Facebook for it and like, yo, look, friend request me on Facebook. I got Facebook. Check my Facebook out. Just so you could try to intermingle with like we're trying to if they add you, now you got somewhere to go from.
Yeah, I set up my decoy Instagram has already been set up, but I just got done setting up my decoy Facebook and stuff. So I told her about my Instagram. I asked her if she had Instagram. She said she didn't, but she was willing to download it just to keep talking to me. But she's already sent me nudes and stuff. But it was just so overwhelming. I needed to know how to respond. I mean, I told her, because I knew she was going to hear my boys on a voice call. You know what I mean? So I had to tell her I had 2 brothers. And she asked me how old they were. And I said they're 7 and 8. And she said, oh, she's like, do you kiss them? And I was like, LOL, no. I'm like, I barely hug them. I'm like, they're little jerks, you know, like.
I'll be playing in with it. I'll be playing into it.
So I was like, oh, I said, do you have any siblings? And she said, yeah, I have a sister. I said, oh, cool. I said, how old is she? And that's when she told me she was 11. And I said, do you kiss her? And then she goes, of course I do. And she goes, and she loves it. And I was like, oh. And I said, so do you guys hang out? Like, you know, she likes hanging out with you and stuff. She goes, yeah. And then that's when she's like, she sleeps over at my house. And every time she sleeps over, my fingers are in every hole. I couldn't, statement in itself, I couldn't take it. I needed a break. I was like, just emotionally fucked up from hearing it.
I understand. It's amazing that Musa and other people like him can do this and just stay calm, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'd be snapping, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
just want to show y'all their face. I'm like, yo, it's like playing cat and mouse with me, man.
Yep.
Right. Like when I'm doing this, it's like cat and mouse.
Right.
Like they my prey.
Right.
Like I'm a predator's predator.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yep.
So I just it's like a game to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Just to catch them, like just to catch them, and just to show their face and just to see them squirm and everything like that.
I couldn't like someone like that. I couldn't meet in person. Like I've been on catches with Jay before,
but dude,
but that girl, no, I couldn't.
See, I think about going to prison. Like that's what keeps me calm and stuff like this. I think about going back to prison. I don't want to go back to prison and stuff like that. So I think about stuff like this, but some of them, I like my head be hot on a couple of them. Like that guy on New Year's Eve, the trucker. Like I wanted to bash his face in.
Right.
I'm like, yo, you lucky it's against the law because I'd have broke your face right now. I'd have broke.
You know the guy you had slapping himself the other day.
Yeah.
I know.
I was going, man, he's not doing it hard enough. Slap him your damn self.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me inform you on something.
I get that. I don't like doing it that much because I don't want YouTube to start looking at like one of my videos. You know, we got Karens and Karens and cows up in that just watch videos, just randomly watch videos and just report stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like I know, like on TikTok they have people that's designed. You can go on there to be a reviewer of videos.
Yeah, and I think they have the same thing in YouTube. At least
I think that's how I think that's how they be getting all these videos be getting deleted and stuff like that because
it's like that beta
they got these trolls that be just reporting stuff.
Right, because I've had videos up like for a month or two, and then all of a sudden there's a strike. Why did it take you that long? And besides, you approved the video anyway. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Because it goes through processing and everything like that before it even comes on YouTube.
Right, exactly. So I think they got people watching and complaining, you know, like little Karens, you know.
So that's why I don't really like doing it that much, all the push-ups and stuff like that, because they're gonna start saying, "Oh, you bullying, harassing, and stuff
Yep.
like that." So I'm like, I try to stay away from it a little bit sometimes, but sometimes I just want to do it. Like, yo, man, how old are you?
Right.
How many years that made you over them? I need
Right.
that many slaps. I need that many. I need that many.
Oh, I was
See, I
enjoying
wanted
that.
old boy to do the push-ups the other day, but he said he had the back surgery and everything like that. I said, all right, then you can do the slaps then. He was crying on every slap.
It was.
Those they might have been soft, but they stung because it was cold that day.
Oh, I seen his face get red, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
everyone.
could see
It hurts though. It hurts.
As long as they're not shaving their head, you're good. You know, as long as it's not
Yeah,
shaving
right?
the head type of shit, I think it's fair game. You know? Hell yeah.
No, I won't tell them to shave their head or nothing like that,
Yeah.
or jump up in the river.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't do that.
But
Then
he's
you're
right.
good.
You got to think about going back to prison, because like this old ex-con told me on my channel, you know, he's a subscriber. He says, always remember this, Harvey. He goes, I know you got that prison mentality, but he said, you always remember your worst day in the free world is better than your best day in prison. And that's what we got to keep in mind, you know?
Yep.
Definitely.
Because prison is not fun at all. You know, Musa can tell you.
You hate those little random they just come in your room, just fuck your room all up.
You just tear it up, yeah. And
like
then make you put it back.
The little things that, you know what I'm saying, you're on lockdown, you can't use the phone or something like this, like you're away from your loved ones. When you start realizing, you start getting up a little bit older in age and start realizing, like, man, like, life is short and like you want to spend more time with your family and stuff like that. You don't want to do stuff like that no more, like anything to go back there.
Exactly. Yeah. I've had enough, you know.
True. Very true.
I would say so. Jenny T said she asked a question a while ago. She was wondering if the guy that you got locked up for, if he happened to have any other victims that came forward. Do you know?
Not that I know of, but you know, you never know, you know. Like I said, my brother, he just told me, you know, he didn't tell anybody else, you know, and it didn't come out until after I shot him and everything, you know. But like somebody said, you know, no telling us how many people, you know, he could have done, you know. I hope not, you know. God, I hope not, man. That's just, I hate thinking about that shit, you know.
Right.
You know, but I mean, these are just little children, you know. And well, he was 14, but still,
that's still a little kid, you know.
Yeah. But you know, kind of off the subject, I had a friend of mine save me from killing somebody in prison because he was saying he was in there for murder, and my partner in there said, "Man, I can't see that guy killing anybody." He goes, "Man, you can just look at somebody and tell if they're a killer or not, you know." And he goes, "This guy ain't got it in him." Well, come to find out, he was in there for throwing a baby out the window and killing it. And so he did have a murder, but it was just his little baby. And so I went after him,
boosting it up like it was a regular bird or something like that.
Right? Yeah, because he didn't want people to know.
You were killing a baby.
Well, my partner was trying to keep me from him. He went and sat back down at this table he's playing cards at, and so my partner said, "Man, just leave this alone, man." And he gets up and runs over to me. And he goes, "The reason I killed that baby is because it would not stop crying. And I didn't know it was going to die when I threw it out the window anyway." And as he turned to walk away, I grabbed him from behind and started choking him. And a bunch of people stood up, kind of blocked the way, you know. And my partner was telling me, "Man, just let him go, man. Let him go. You're going to kill him." And I finally let him go, you know. But my thought was, you know, take that motherfucker out. And he goes up to my partner and he says, "I want to thank you for saving me." He goes, "Man, fuck you, man. I just didn't want my partner getting more time. You know, I didn't care about you. You know, I wasn't trying to save you." He goes, "I was trying to save my partner over there from getting more time." Yeah. And
He was
He
a
goes,
good friend.
I was just gonna say, at least he was looking out.
yeah,
He was
well,
a good friend.
yeah, we thought he was going to go tell on us, but he
No,
didn't.
he wasn't gonna tell
But
because he didn't know where they would have put him at. He wasn't
I was
gonna
gonna
tell.
say it would have brought him more attention
right,
than he wanted.
And
You
people
know?
would have knew exactly what they did. That the word would have started getting around, like what the fight was for, what he got moved over there for. Oh,
right.
that was such and such. Well, for what? Oh, yeah, for what he in here for.
Right. But to kill a baby because it was crying, man, babies can't help it. That's what they do, And it's just
I think it takes somebody with a weak mind to do something like this. I done had it like my daughter, like when she was a baby, like I understand, like I could see like somebody like, man, stop crying. You doing everything like to stop him from crying and everything like this, but you have to have a weak mind to do something like that, man.
exactly. We all get aggravated at children and young kids and stuff, but it's no reason to do something like that,
No.
None.
It was like, yo, just walk out of let them cry and go out of the room for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Take a 5-minute break. You know what I'm saying? Go out of the room, go smoke a cigarette, go to the next room where you can't hear it for a little bit. They're going to be fine in there.
Yeah.
Just do that. Just take a little walk.
Walk away for a little bit,
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like there's a huge positive can come out of that. You taking that breather and just stepping away.
Sometimes the baby just needs to be burped.
You're teaching the kids too that they
just
can
give them a
calm
little
down.
burp or something.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little belly, probably a little hurting right at that time. Just give them
Or the teething ring. Yep, something.
Put your legs up like this and get the little fart up out of them.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was I really appreciate my buddy, man, because I'd probably still be in there. I was seeing red.
Yep, absolutely.
But
see why.
Yeah. But then that's why, like, I don't know how you guys do it. He says he just stays calm and it's a game to him, but I do not know how he does it, man. Hats off to you, man.
It's because it's me they talking to.
Right.
Like when if on other catchers, like when like say like when like me and Rockstar do catches together, and like sometimes I'll be like, yo, let me see send me the messages where I can see like the content what he was saying.
Yep.
When I read their stuff, it gets me mad.
Right.
Yeah, because
like, oh man, I want that fucker. I want that fucker. I want him. You know what I'm saying? But when it's me, it's just a game to me.
Because they're talking to you, right?
Yeah, they talking to me and not actual child.
Right.
I'm gonna expose them for I'm gonna expose them for thinking that I was a child and this, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is to me. I'm gonna expose you, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody gonna know exactly who you are.
Oh, I want to tell Musa something. You remember the conversation, Jules, that me and you and Penny had the other day when we first started talking?
Yes.
Yeah. So I said, I said, I've been subscribed to Musa for a while, but I said, I never more wanted to comment because I didn't think he'd want to hear from somebody like me.
I know. I was like, I said not for nothing, but both Musa and I have been locked up before. And,
right. Yeah, that's what she said. She goes, he's been in prison.
I'm like, and Musa is definitely the last person on earth that's judgmental in any way, like I said, if anything, he's gonna view you the same way I do. Like that was a heroic thing to do. Like you looking over your family, you know what I mean?
But I look at you guys like that. You don't understand. I see you guys like that,
Like me, like right now, I wish you would have whooped his ass.
Right.
Beat the brakes off or even pick up a stick or some shit, even if you couldn't physically you didn't think that you could beat him, picked up a stick and whooped his ass
I've had
Because like
somebody else
I
say the
feel
same.
like because you missed a lot of time, man. Time
Right.
that you can't get back. Like like the prison time that we did, we can't get that back,
Right.
man.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
It's
You know what
gone.
I'm saying? I lost people while I was in there. I lost my grandmother, like my mom, like when I was in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you in there losing people, like you know what I'm saying, it
It's
hurts.
it's
Yeah.
different when you lose somebody on I ain't saying it's any different, but it is in a way. It's different when you lose somebody when you're free than when you lose somebody when you're locked up. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
because you
hard.
ain't been spending no time with them or nothing
Right.
like that. You ain't having access to even spend some time with them. Now they just gone.
Right. They're gone, and
Right.
you don't even get to go to the funeral. At least not in Missouri.
Yep.
If you pay for it, they
Oh,
make you pay for it.
oh yeah.
Like, but it got to get approved and everything like that, and it has to be like somebody like what they say like a sibling, your mother or something like that, mother, father, a sibling.
Right.
They won't really let you go see your grandmother or something like that, but
Mhm.
your immediate family.
Yep.
Yeah. So like a parent or a brother or sister or something like that.
Yeah, like if they pass away or something like that, those ones usually get approved, but you will have to pay for your escort and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a
That's
lot of
crazy.
people don't have that money to pay for
Oh,
that escort or nothing like that. So usually, like
imagine it'd be
you're
pretty
gonna miss that.
expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I was
'cause
gonna
they got
say, yeah, you know it ain't gonna be cheap.
right.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
got
you gotta pay for
guards.
you gotta pay for the officers to take you there.
Right.
Yep.
They escort you there and back. You paying for that.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't got that money. Like you trying to tell your family to send in some money for to do that. Now they home trying to make arrangements for what they gotta do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because like I said, my family didn't even have money to send me canteen money. You know, it's like I had to
Mhm.
resort to stealing apples and bananas.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know?
Get a hustle going.
I was a gambler.
Yeah.
I gambled.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
played cards.
All day cards. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
know I used to make cards and stuff like that for people,
Mhm.
or
That was a
make a
big hustle.
drawing or something like that. Like that's when I found out I had a talent for drawing like cartoon figures. Like if I could see it, if I could see like like the funnies like in the newspaper or
Right.
like a coloring
Mhm.
book or something, I can draw those.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah. And
Like if I see it, I
right,
can draw it.
that's a hustle in prison, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of
It
people
is.
draw and make
It is.
cards and stuff.
Make
and,
the
and
cards, yep, to send
Yeah.
to inmate families, and they just pay them through canteen and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
You know, buy the supplies.
I get that money for that. Then I use the soups and stuff that I just got from that and go play spades and go try to win some more money or
right.
play poker or something like that.
Yep.
Oh, I stay away from the poker games, man. I seen too much shit happen there.
Okay.
Trade your soups up for a
Yeah.
couple honey
A lot of
buns and you're
people
good to go.
Right.
A
Exactly.
lot of
Yeah.
people got in a lot of fights over that poker.
Yeah,
Mhm.
A lot of
definitely.
people that couldn't pay and stuff like that. Oh,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't go in debt if you go to prison, man, because I mean,
Oh God.
you're gonna have to pay. You know,
Yeah.
one way-
One way or another.
your
Yep.
family will be sending a check in.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, yo, because some people they build their debt all the way up, and they had a family send them a money order.
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
exactly. It's that's what I always say on my show, man. I don't want to see anybody going to prison, but if you go to prison, do not get in debt, man.
That's
Yeah.
how
That's
usually
the
like
worst thing.
the predators like when they get a story. I had one that offered me money. He was like, yo, listen, man, I'm about to go to prison, man. I'll pay you like for some protection when I go there and everything. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay me and everything. He wasn't even going to my prison. I'm like, yeah, nothing like this. But if he'd have went to the prison I was in,
Right.
I wouldn't have gave him no protection, but I'd have took the payment.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'd have given him I probably would have gave him a little protection because I'm protecting my investment.
Right. Exactly. You know, that's what a lot of them too. You know, like if somebody's extorting one of those pedophiles in prison, and somebody else goes up and was wanting to do something to him, hey man, back off, man. This is my money here.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's tough. And like someone will hurt you behind one of them. You messing with their money.
Yeah. And
But that's the way they survive in there. They ain't got nobody. They ain't got no family home that's sending them no money or nothing like this. This is how they eat and making a commissary like this. They actually get some of them. They ain't even stored them. They just came to them like, yo, they need the protection. Like, yo, listen, man, I got you. I'm gonna hold you down. Nobody gonna mess with you. Just make sure I had that in that commissary. You know what I'm saying? Have your family send that check to me.
And most of them I've seen seem like they had money. That's what gets me. Who's sending these pedophiles money? You know,
right? Yeah. That's what I always
like
wanted to know.
A lot of them be having they definitely be having that check in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't really see that many of them that be like broke or nothing like that. Right. They always have, man. That's something I never thought about that, but they do. All of them be having commissary.
Yeah.
They
coming
really
back with big bags of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're giving most of their commissary away. Who's fucking sending this money to them? You know?
Yeah. Where's they? Who get them all this money?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like you're literally letting them live comfortably in there, yo. Like keep your money in your wallet, yo. What the hell? I'm like, bro. Oh my god.
But they still be having loved ones out there that don't believe, and they like, yo, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
like
didn't
there's
do
no
it.
way
I did not. Man, you know me. I would never do anything like this. I would never do it. That's why I love what we do, and when we provide these chat logs to show exactly.
Right. It's there.
They did do this.
Yeah.
Now here's it. Proof in the pudding right there. Some of them still go along with them, like, no, their phone was hacked. Man, somebody set them up. Like, you know, the possibilities of them getting set up, if them seeking me out on this app. You know what I'm saying? To know exactly where to tell them to go at to find me.
Well, it's like that one guy. He said he went for it because he wanted to work with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the racist one. The racist.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
That's the racist.
So it's like that one guy in the comments.
I feel like he was trying to bait me when he was saying that to me. I think he was trying to bait me to do something. So like when the cops do come, he can say, "Oh, he hit me, and I'd have been the one that was been going.
Yeah, I think he was making those remarks because of that, just to try to get you to set you off, so that. But it's like somebody said in the comments. Somebody said, "Yeah, I robbed the bank because I wanted to be a police officer."
Right.
I just see that one today. That comment. I remember when they put it up there, but somebody else commented on that one, and I see it, and it popped up again today. You just mentioned that one.
Right. It's like, yes, that was a good thing to do.
Like,
now you're.
He's like, yeah, man, I knew it was you the whole time. You didn't know it was me, man. You did not know.
You're like, I just wanted to meet you.
I wanted to meet you.
So you go up here and pretend that. You lying from the rip. Said, no, I'm here. Look, like he seen when I pulled in. Then he pulled out of there and went over to the Turkey Hill. Then was like, where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm here. Like, where you at? Then he came back around and parked. Then I got out of the car, snuck over there. Like, hey, what's up, man? What you doing over here? Oh no, I'm right here waiting for my wife. My wife inside. Wife ain't even there. Nothing. What if you was there to meet me? Hey, what's up, bro? Like, yo, yeah, I was just fucking with you, man. I'm saying, like, I knew it was you the whole time. I wouldn't have believed it, but.
And every time he would ask
your story sound more believable. I could tell he was just freestyling that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say, that just
he'd get stuff from words all the time. And go
Yeah.
Stories are crazy. The stories are crazy. Absolutely. True.
Yeah, they definitely do. Like that, but the stuff the lies that they come up with, that they be telling themselves like, no, I was only gonna come here to help. I was only coming here to tell them that they need to get off the app. So
exactly.
Why didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, so what's that? No, you gotta talk to them like this. I want to tell them in person.
Or the famous.
Like, so why didn't you tell them that? Then report them that is an underage person that's on this app.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Or
that's
they'll
what
say, like, yo, listen, man, you need to get off this fucking app, man. This is for grown folk. And then after I do that, boom, then all right, report for minor on this app.
That shouldn't
That's
be
what
on
you
here.
guys do. You don't have to go through all that. Just tell them in person, on the thing. Say, hey, get off this app. You're a minor. You don't belong on
And
here.
that's it, because it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
they
if you
sit and
want to
say,
tell
"Oh,
them
well,
that.
I
But me,
just
I ain't
wanted
even
to
gotta
know that
tell
the
them that.
kid was safe."
I'm going to report them and block them.
Right. Yep. Like, you can't say you wanted to make sure the kid was safe and wanted to talk to them in person about being safe, because first of all, you got this kid taking an Uber, a train, and a bus to get to you, and then you want them to walk home in the dark at 2 a.m. by themselves, but you wanted to make sure they were safe.
Right.
Like, so why you lie? Why you lie when I ask you, what are you here to meet somebody then? Why you lying?
Yeah.
You should have like, yeah, I'm here to meet some little kid that's supposed to be coming here right now. And I'm about to tell them that they shouldn't be on there. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know who I am at the beginning. You don't know that I am that person. You don't know what I'm coming up to you for. When I'm like, yeah, you here to meet somebody? And they like, no. Right there, you just straight up lied. Like, you should, if you really did it for good, you'd be like, yeah, man, there's some little kid supposed to be coming here, meet me right now, man. Like, man, I'm about to tell them, like, yo, listen, man, they need to get off that fucking app, man. Like, man, where's your mother at? And where's your father at? And stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
But instead, they denied that part.
Yeah. I wanted to tell them this, but why you lie then? Why didn't you just come off from the beginning like that? If you this type of concerned citizen or something like this.
Yeah. That guy the other day said he was there you're like, who are you texting? And he's like, my mother. Remember the one where you were in that building? It was a 456 or 7. I forget which one. You're like, I think I caught somebody in this building before. It was recently. He had the painted fingernails.
Oh, that was an old catch. That was from last year.
Oh, was it? Oh, but it was okay.
I remember that one. I know what one he's talking about.
I called him it was early in the morning. It was probably about it just got daybreak. The light just came out.
Yeah, I just seen it though. Was it re-uploaded or maybe it was on my timeline? Oh, okay, that's why.
Or somebody probably commented on it or something like that, which pushed it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. You're like, let me inform you on something, man. I was the guy.
He got arrested.
Yeah.
He was one of the 9 people that got charged for the evidence I turned in last year. So he was a good one. His mother was in straight denial and everything.
Yeah. He's like, I'm texting my mom. You're like, bro, I'm the one you were talking to the whole time. Yeah.
Right. His mom came and everything. She tried to get a quick getaway. That was in the nick of time. I think I named that one in the nick of time, because the police, soon the mother came and picked them up, the police just pulled right around the corner. I'm like, yo, right here. There you go, right there, man. This car right there, man. Get that car. That's him. Then they pulled him over and went into the little lot.
Wow.
Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back, guys.
He didn't get locked up for that day for the minor stuff. Then he got locked up on a warrant that day.
Yeah. I'm going to my watch history and see when the heck I watched that thing. Let me see if it's still in here. Could have been a different one that I was thinking about too.
Watch which thing?
The catch that I just told Musa about.
It's the first dude. The first dude that I caught was what's his name? Boomhauer from the Mumbles. Like the whole time doing catch, he mumbles. That was another early in the morning one too. That's when I caught 2 people in that same building. The white building. That's not too far from me.
Catch 458 Alexander. Let me see what that one was. 458 and 459. Yeah.
459 Alexander.
I'll make sure she.
That's the one. That's the last one I caught.
Yeah, it was 2 in 1 video, right? You had the 2 on the one video.
Alexander.
Oh, this is the guy in the house. Yeah. Okay, with the old guy smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I think the old guy was in on it too, though. You see how calm he was when I first walked in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not questioning who you were or why you were there.
He gave old boy money for sexual pleasures.
Mm-hmm. It seems like
he told me something. Oh, I barely know him. You ain't gonna give nobody you barely know some money.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the chat logs he says, group. with a question mark. Then I'm like, yo, no, I'm by myself. And he just like,
Right.
oh. But I think they both was in on it. I think that's what he was talking about when he was saying group.
Mhm.
Talking about him and the other guy that was at the house.
Yeah. Got
Let's see.
dispatcher 453, 458.
Fatima, I'm not sure what your name is on here, but I'm just accepting all these follow
Oh,
requests.
455 was good. The guy at that convenience store or gas station or whatever, he goes, "That's not me, man. You know, that's not me." Number 455, man. That was crazy watching him.
That was the black dude.
Yeah.
With the Jersey plates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm gonna take a picture of your car too." You're like, "Go right ahead, man. I
I'm
don't
like,
give
go
a
ahead,
shit."
man.
Right,
Man.
like-
Go ahead, take the picture.
That
You
guy
ain't
was
gonna get
nuts.
where I stay at from
Mhm.
running that.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
gotta have some law enforcement ties or something to get that the exact address
Yeah.
off a license plate.
You're like, what's the odds of you showing up at the same place at the same time? That this person, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery
I
than
said
that
so.
shit happening.
If you felt like this person will set you up
Mm-hmm.
for something like this, why would you tell them exactly where you going at?
Exactly. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what logic does that make?
Mm-hmm.
A person that you think that will set you up, I'm not telling them where I'm going at, my comings and goings. We not even talking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Not even like that. We not even talking at all. If I feel like that,
Yeah.
they wouldn't even know my whereabouts.
The old dude was involved. I think so too. With that, the old dude
I
was
think that old
involved.
dude was involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't like in the chat logs we didn't talk about with somebody that was joining. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when I couldn't add him in it on that one.
Yep.
But we all know what it was.
Yeah. Yep. And that's
like,
it.
whoever watched that
like,
video,
oh, I don't know his whole name. I just know his name is Alex. And I don't, how you, like you said, how are you going to lend money to someone you don't even know?
Right. Yeah, the cop told me this.
Excuse me.
I'm like, all right, man, because I'm going right through his bullshit, man. He over there bullshit. That cop, man, I was watching that cop watching me. She was watching me. It was like when I walked off, because she stayed there. She watching me. So I'm like, man, the video, I'm like, man, I see her watching me. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over here and chill. You know what I'm saying? Soon I came back and got in my car. She pulled off, went up the street. Then turned back around and came back up the street, then came right back behind me, turned the lights off. Came to my window, knocking on the window, like, well, I'm gonna need you to come down there. He's like, you know, you ain't supposed to be driving, right? I'm like, I'm not driving. No key ain't on ignition or nothing. I'm not driving.
Right.
I'm just right here fishing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, do you know that I could just go live right now and one of my supporters will come right here and just drive me anywhere I need to go at.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, man, no, but I'm like, listen, I ain't driving. She's like, well, oh man, she done threw me in handcuffs. I'm like, yo, do I look like a threat? Am I threatening? Came at you with a threatening manner or anything like that?
Right.
I wish I'd have got it on video.
Well, I think that was the time you got arrested, right? By a year or so.
No, this was Sunday morning that Alexander catch. After I went in my car.
Oh wow.
After I turned the live off. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, man, I wish I'd have got all that on live, man.
Right. Well, I remember when you got arrested by a year or so ago. I mean, I almost threw my computer. I said, man, they can't arrest him. What? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I was mad.
They're gonna pay for that. 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 They gotta pay for that.
I was mad.
I spent the holiday in there.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving in there.
Yeah.
10 days in there. I had to pay for my car to get out. Like, listen, a lot of people don't know that all that most of that money that was donated to me around that time got all frozen. And
Did
all
it
that
really?
a lot of that GoFundMe money got sent back to people. All that money got sent back. So all the money that I paid for the lawyer, I paid for the lawyer.
I thought so because Lynn had us start. Lynn
that
had
came
us
out of my
start to
own
donate
pocket.
to the Cash App directly. Yep. Lynn had us
That came
start
out of my own
donating to the
pocket,
Cash
all
App
that money.
directly, but then we noticed too that the Cash App we were originally donating to
It got
was either your card or her card, but you
froze
had it.
because they had it down for frozen. Like all the
Yep.
ones that Lynn made, like my girl made up, like all of them got frozen because it was sending like a lot of people were sending like dollars and stuff like that, and they was looking at it as a fraud or something. They
Suspicious
froze them all.
activity. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
So all that money got sent back. All that money that came right out of my own pockets.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like,
all for sexual pleasures, man. All for sexual pleasures. You know, but poopy bread.
A lot of people thought they was going. They locked me up for soliciting and all types of. I'm like, no, man.
Yeah,
They locked me up for obstruction and telling 911 I was 15.
Yeah, they said it was a wrongful 911 call.
Yeah,
I'm like, or misuse of 911. I'm like, how is that? Like, he literally said while he was on live, he said on the phone, like, I was pretending to be.
I told him that. I said, yeah, listen. They're like, yo, how do you how do you know it's a 15-year-old? I was like, cause I'm the person and everything like this. But as I'm telling him that, I'm like, yeah, like he shitted on himself. I'm like, yeah. Then dude started trying to walk back out. I didn't want to let him know that that I was on the phone with the police. I'm like, no, yo, they gonna come. I'm like, man, they gonna let you use the bathroom. Just go ahead back in there. But I'm not talking to them now. I'm like, yeah, just go ahead back in there. So when I get back on the phone, I'm like, yeah, like I'm telling them where I'm at. The phone banged on me, so I ain't never get a chance to explain the whole thing, the whole story to them and nothing like that. But like they should have knew, like once the cops showed up, understood like that it was a miscommunication and everything like this, and that I shouldn't have been locked up.
Once that captain showed up, everything went downhill. It was that big captain.
Yep.
Well, the lady was on some bullshit. She was on some BS too.
She was.
Oh yeah, you could tell.
Like
absolutely.
I could tell, like off her demeanor, like the guy that was there, he was all right, because he was letting me talk to him and everything, like contradict what he was saying and everything like that. He wasn't saying nothing. He was just chill.
Yeah,
and she come over like, how do you know that he was him? He sent me a picture and everything, and he'd arrive right at the same spot that I told him to come to. Like, what else do you want to know? How do I know it was him?
That heavy set chief that was there, he was the one.
Yeah, he told her to lock me up.
He was the one that was in trouble 2 weeks before for trying to solicit minors.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, the heavy set chief. Yeah, I looked up all of his information once I heard his name because I was.
Oh, you should have sent that to me.
Yeah, I'll send you the article. The way he came at you and was like,
it was the exact same one. But I don't know if it was the exact same one. But I know when I know when that town, like that same around that same time, I heard about that.
Yep, it was the Orange County. But we looked up his screenshot of when he was talking to you. I took several screenshots, and then looked up the article, and it was that guy.
I can't wait to go back out there because they told me they didn't erase nothing, because that's a lawsuit. If they erase any of my footage off my equipment. Yep. The only thing they could do is download it. They ain't supposed to touch nothing that's in there. The only way they could touch something that was in there if it was like some CP up in there, which that ain't gonna be in there. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't delete anything. I can't wait to see that footage. I want them glasses footage from that catch, and it was a catch before I caught Doodle Mine.
Right.
That I didn't go live with. I only went on the glasses because it didn't go live for some reason, and nobody never seen that catch.
They still have the glasses over there.
Man, they keep giving me the runaround about my glasses and all my equipment. Oh, you gotta talk to this person. You gotta talk to that person. Listen, man, who do I gotta talk to, man, to get my stuff?
That's ridiculous.
You ain't got your glasses? They took them.
They took.
No, they had all the evidence. They had my. I got 3 pair of glasses, but that's one pair. I got 3 pair, like the ones I be having, like I'm always wearing. I got 2 pair of them ones right there, the ones that I be having on. They both the same pair of glasses. The other ones I paid more money for.
Yeah.
Because those was like some old, what's they
Ray-Bans?
Ocean or something. No, they not the Ray-Bans. They some Ocean, not Ocean. the eye view glasses.
Yeah.
I paid some money for them ones because
I
they shoot in
remember
4K.
too.
They shoot in 4K and everything.
Mm.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
Crystal
crazy.
clear. Only
That's
thing I don't
crazy.
like about the glasses, it don't do wide angle.
And it's over a year now that they've had them. You know,
Yeah.
a whole damn year. That's a long time. Too long.
They had to wait till the case was over with.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Then I
Well,
went out there for a disposition. I had to get the disposition. I had to fill out some paperwork to get my disposition to show that all my charges was dropped and everything. That it's just a
They always
runaround.
make you go through paperwork when you know things like
Like,
that. You know?
man, I ain't got to do all. I ain't had to sign all this paperwork for y'all to take my stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Give it to me how y'all took it. Right back in my hands. I was willingly wanted to give y'all the information. Y'all trying to steal the information from y'all trying to take it by force.
Yeah.
When I'm willing to like, yo, hun, there you go, download it. Let me
Here's the
come back to my
information.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do that all the
Like,
time.
I don't have no problem with doing that. If they give me my stuff back in a timely manner, I don't mind doing that.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I agree with what was it Jenny said.
Most of Jersey sucks with that, though. Atlantic City's great, we know that, but most of Jersey counties,
they taking phones and stuff now.
yeah, they're
That's why
doing good with it.
If I go to Atlantic City, I know I'm going to rip with catches, but I know not. I can't be calling the police because I'm not going to be keep buying a device every time they going to take every one.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That now, when they take it, all right, they going to throw that right in the evidence. Now, you ain't getting that back. You might not get that back until the case is over with.
True.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got to go out and buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're going to take your personal phone. They're going to take all your equipment that you have on you. Everything that you was recording with, they taking that. You need that. Your GoPro. If I got my glasses on, they taking that. Because all that's evidence.
Yep.
All those angles, everything. That's evidence.
I never even thought about that aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how they punish us. They'll try to make us stop.
Right.
With punishing us but not punishing us.
Right.
They taking the credit for they ain't taking all the credit for these guys. But all right, they making arrests, but now are we taking their equipment? Man, you know what I'm saying? Now they ain't gotta create no paperwork for us, no more paperwork while they out here.
Right.
Right.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I think it
But
was.
if I go to Atlantic City, I just expose their face, but it's harder to do that because I like to see their real names. A lot of them they tell lies about their name.
Yeah.
So when you're exposing his name and stuff like this, like I catch so fast. It's not like that I'm talking to these people for long periods of time to gather all the information and everything like this. Usually when I'm talking to somebody, it's probably like within that hour, I'm going to get them.
Yep.
I'm talking to I go live right there, like, I'm fishing right now. People will see me fishing the whole time, talking to I'm talking to this one person. All right, I'm about to go get them. All right, guys, I gotta go get them right now. I'm about to go get them.
Right, exactly. Like I'm doing it.
I don't talk to these people no weeks, months. No, I can't do that.
Just a little bit, and then you're on.
Yeah, once I tell them my age, I'm ready to come get them.
Right.
If they still continuously talk to me after that, I don't care if it's not sexual or nothing. They just want to meet up. You don't got the permission of that child's guardian to even be the meeting up with them.
Right.
Yep. That's so true, Janice.
Who's saying that your intent not talking sexual, like on the line was not just just a cover to just meet up with them. Now that is in person. Now the sexual part now coming out now.
Right.
Right.
And you was only doing the non-sexual part just to protect yourself, just in case it was a setup.
Yeah, some of them, it's like they're getting sneaky about it now because it's like, like they know they're afraid it's going to be a setup or something,
Yep.
Yes. Listen, I done caught people that mention my name in the chats and everything.
Right. Yeah.
That watch my videos and everything.
I was gonna say, I think you and Jay are the most like the two catchers that get the most people who in the chats are always, that's what they're worried about. Like, oh, I know who this is. This is LCPC, or oh, I know this is PP Mass.
Like, no, that's not me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like who's that?
No.
Who's PP Mass?
Like, no, I don't watch the news. Do you read the teacher I caught? He just read in the paper about the people that just got arrested from me catching these people.
Right.
He was like, yo, did you see the news? Did you read the paper today? Man, I'm a little nervous, man. These guys got locked up and this and that. Man, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I don't read no newspaper. I don't watch no news. Like, no, man, I'm a kid. I don't watch that stuff.
Right.
I never thought about that. So you actually have these pedophiles in your chat and in your comments and stuff, huh? Well, it's
I'm talking about like that just read the newspaper about arrest that just happened the day before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, they do. They come into the decoy chats to listen to the calls so they can hear calls. They come into the catchers chats to, confirm whether or not they're in that area, which is why
See, a lot of them know me locally because I started off on Facebook first. With my local people, and those are the people that I was catching. So I was going live off my regular account, like when I'm catching these people right in my neighborhood. So these people was known; they was getting straight exposed that everybody know who I am now. It's not like if I'd have went straight to YouTube, like with my lives and everything like that, right from the beginning. I don't think I'll be as known locally as I am now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's the same way, like when I make a video about prison and there's something that I really don't want to say, because I know there's guards watching.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you don't want to say something because there's still people in there.
Yeah.
You don't want to say something. It's basically dry snitching because there are guards watching.
Yeah. Work.
Yep. And that's like the fear, you know what I mean? Because it's like you don't want to get somebody else in trouble, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's like I gotta say this without names, guys. you know.
Exactly. I watched those guards that got channels. I watch their channels. I don't comment, but I just listen. And and I know they're doing the same thing.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, they're doing it to you. So
There's cops that have channels. I've seen cops that have the dash cam on and they're driving around.
Yeah. They have TikToks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw a cop channel.
I think it's called Cop Talk. You hashtag Cop Talk.
Cop Talk.
Yeah.
Cop.
He's right. I've seen it.
I was gonna say
I believe hashtag or something that they got on what's the name? It's Cop Talk.
Yeah.
That's hashtag Cop Talk. And you hashtag that on TikTok, you'll see all the police up there.
Yeah.
Right.
All you gotta do is type in like police or
Boys in Blue. Support hashtag Boys in Blue is a lot of them that's on there. It's a lot. All over. I got some of them that follow me. They love what I do.
Right.
There's a lot of them that follow me.
Right. Thankfully. That's why I said it's such a difference now, like having it so like cops ain't really like on your ass like they used to be. You know what I mean? It's like
that's because you're getting so much more exposure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we catching big people, big names and everything like that, and we getting a lot of exposure.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The more exposure we are and the more cases that they take, the more popular that it get. And the cops, the actual cops that we call that come, they know how to handle it.
Right.
Because most of them now, they don't even know how to handle it, which way the formulate, like they don't know nothing about it.
Right. Exactly.
It's like real foreign, it's like foreign to them, like what we doing.
Right.
They don't know if it's legal, if it's illegal, what we doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
But I'm sure that there's plenty of them that their hands may be tied, but they appreciate what you're doing,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even after the cop put me all in handcuffs and everything, she's like, "Yo, man, I love what you do, man." He's like, "Yo, we appreciate it, man. Put you out here."
Yep.
She's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm like, man, I understand.
Yep.
Right.
And I like that too when they, they're flat out will tell you, like, yeah, I do like what you're doing, like it's a great thing you're doing, but we have to like go by what the DA wants or what the detective wants or, and it's like, it sucks,
Mhm.
Some places they just don't, they've never dealt with it before either. So they don't even know how to react,
It's foreign to them.
Yep.
They don't know if we doing something against the law.
Right.
A lot of time when we call them, then they investigating us. Even though that we bringing this this evidence forth to them, they investigating us.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, FM.
Tashanka's wife's gonna subscribe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I get distracted by the comments sometimes.
Oh, I'm the same way. I be looking to like, can't help it,
Right.
But it's like, plus you got to know, you know what I mean? Because most of the time people are commenting something they want asked or,
Yes.
Hey, Tiny.
What's up, Tiny?
If you guys see any more questions, I'm willing to answer them.
Yeah, if you guys have any extra questions, I know we asked quite a few earlier, but
Yeah. And some of them I've never been asked before. I knew that. I figured that was going to happen, and that's why I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's good because it kind of gets you out of your
different perspectives.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It like gets you out of your comfort zone, and then you get to like hear the different angles of what people are thinking or what they're wondering.
Those are questions I like. I love those questions.
Yeah,
I do too.
When I do my interview, when people do interviews with me, I don't like rehearse like questions and stuff like that.
Yep. Hey,
like even rolling, like I don't care about the hard questions and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't care about people. Somebody asks me about prison or anything like this because all them things that they gonna ask, man, that they only trying to get to know who you are.
Right. Well,
or trying to understand who you are.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Tashanka. But all the people that's interviewed me has been from the prison genre, and so it's always questions like, "What's the worst thing you've seen?" Things like that.
What's the worst thing you've seen in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's one reason why I was looking forward to this, because I knew they'd be questions that people have never asked me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Jenny T, yeah, you're the same as me. I do that too. Like, like ultimately the only question I really had for him myself, like that I could think of the whole time was, does he regret, like the effects it caused on people around him? Because for me personally, I was like, I'm not going to ask if he regrets doing what he did, because I know damn well I wouldn't. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I just regret the
pain.
I regret that it had to come to that, and I regret the pain caused to other people. But I do not regret protecting my brother, and I sleep soundly at night knowing that I protected him.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you should,
But you were still a child yourself, man.
Exactly.
Even though you were 18, 19, you still was a child yourself, man.
Yeah, I was 17,
you was a child. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't thinking about all the consequences, the ripple effect of everything.
Of course.
I didn't think about that until years later, you
think about it, stuff like that. The only thing that you was filming, only with like you ain't even old enough really to know how to deal with your feelings and emotions yet. How to problem solve and like how to move, how to handle situations differently.
Right.
Yeah.
There for a while, even though I seen the pain that my parents were in, and I've seen them age 10 years in a year's time and all this and that, it wasn't until I got a lot older that I realized the consequences, like he said, of the ripple effect,
Yeah.
But I was telling one of my friends this that was in prison. He goes, well, think about the ripple effect if you hadn't done that this guy would have caused.
Right. Exactly.
And I said, well, he already kind of did cause a ripple effect, but he goes, yeah, but it would have been bigger, you know?
Yeah, whatever.
But who's to say that? Who's to say that that's what would have happened?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't know.
It's all speculation.
We tell ourselves things like that to make ourselves justify or feel better about situations.
Exactly.
What,
He's
what,
exactly
what
right.
could have been, what would have been, and something like this to make ourselves feel better about a situation or something like this.
Or a decision that we made. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like ultimately, it's like the same way we think of the other pedos. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they probably either already had other victims or they will. There are special occasions maybe where they might not have, acted on it yet.
Who would know, like,
right.
Say, what if he was like a child that was molested?
Right.
And
Well,
like, you know how the repeat effect or anything like that.
It always comes down, tenfold, I feel like, no
there's
matter
so many
what.
things that
like you never know if they were confused around that time and not knowing who they were or dealing with their self or anything like that.
Yep.
There's just so many things.
Yep. Most were.
Hey,
but they were young their self.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. Yep. I mean, he was 22, so he wasn't much older than me.
Yeah,
I was 17. My brother was.
That's still 14. A child. To me, that's still a child.
Right.
That's how old the girl is that I was talking to that's doing that to her 11-year-old sister.
Yeah, that's still a child. That's still a child. They ain't even fully grow the fuck. They ain't fully grow up yet. They still making kid decisions and stuff like that, still learning and everything like that.
What they say, the brain ain't fully developed until like 25, 26, something like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The prefrontal cortex.
A lot of decision making that you do, like it doesn't come. It comes with a little age.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons why I don't really usually go after like younger people.
Right.
And that's why I go for people that you definitely know that you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
It ain't no mental issue or anything like. It ain't no. It's like that. I don't feel like it's no mental issue or anything like this. You know what you're doing is something wrong. You know the full extent to what you're doing.
Right. You know,
like a younger person, like when they taking advantage, like say it's like somebody 22 or something like this, they not looking at it like as molesting. They looking at it like, man, they doing like it's weird.
Yeah.
That they messing with somebody that's young like that. They think of more like molesting is like with like a little kid, like like a little helpless kid or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I think. I don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Penny asked Harvey, and the whole time you were serving your time, did you write any letters to the pedos' family members explaining the answers to why you killed their loved one?
I tried to, and the prison said that they did not want to accept it. But once I got out, the sister, she found me on Quora, and she asked me, she goes, why you telling people that my brother was a pedophile, Mm-hmm. And I'm not mad at her. She don't believe he was,
right.
Yep. And then she came to my YouTube, and I told people on the YouTube, I said, hey, don't say anything bad about her, because people started attacking her and saying bad things about her. I said, leave her alone. She's the sister of the guy I killed. She has a right to say, she has a right to say what she feels like. I said, just leave her alone. Unless she gets real nasty with you guys, I'm not going to let her say what she wants to say,
Yeah. What's up, Musa?
I got to end real fast.
Okay, honey.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Man, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
8057.
His daughter. She's so cute. Go ahead, Harvey. Sorry.
Oh, you was talking to.
Yeah. So you were saying where people were trying to attack her in your lives and stuff, and
Well, yeah, in my videos, and I just told them, just let her say what she wants to say.
yep,
I mean, she and her family does not believe that he was one, and so
right,
I feel they have a right to. They have the right to say what they feel.
right,
No matter what it is. And I said, unless they get real nasty with you guys, I said I'm not going to block her. She's free to say what she wants.
yep. I mean, that's like, like I said before too, that's how the catchers are. And they always say don't ever attack, their family
Right.
or,
Mhm.
significant other, because it's not their fault and they don't fully understand it, and half the time they're in shock. They just don't, they can't believe it and they don't want to believe it,
Right.
that someone they know, they trust could do something like that, but it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like most of them probably look into it and they probably start noticing the signs and stuff after.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so because we've had a couple of them that have reached out and apologized and are like, they're no longer living here. I'm holding them accountable as well. They're acting a certain way because they're finding this information out, this traumatizing information, and so they don't really have time to think of how to respond to that or think of, in any instance, like little things that they might have done that might have given them a hint that it's a possibility. Like, oh, they were spending all this time alone, with these kids. And I never thought anything about it until now, kind of thing,
Did you see what Deb said about his baby's mama?
Scroll up. My baby mama hid my daughter, was molesting her. I literally had to pay to fight for my daughter. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's crazy, Dub.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how they, like I said, the justice system is just so messed up. It is so messed up. The come up, it grieves me. You had to go through that and preparing to do the same against my child's dad. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, Fatima, you got to do what you got to do to protect the kids. You know what I mean? They can't speak for themselves.
Right.
It's hard. It is so hard. Unfortunately, but like we say all the time, if we don't speak for the kids, who is gonna?
Right. Yeah, Deb's got a channel too.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we can link that.
I'm surprised more channels haven't been over here, but
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
at some
link
point
your
they will. Yeah, they will at some point down the hopefully mesh it'll be a great thing.
Yeah, they'll catch it. They'll probably catch it later.
Let's see. Let me put.
I see you all had a few channels on the chat too.
Yep. Let me put this link.
Jules, do you plan on staying? Oh, she's muted. Okay.
I muted because I was my daughter was talking to me. But what did you say?
You're good. Do you plan on staying on for a bit longer, or how long do you plan on going for? It's 3 now.
I think we'd end right around 3, so we can end in
All
like
right.
2 minutes.
All right.
Sub to Dub.
I don't care. I'd stay. Be here for another half hour. Just go heat up my lunch. And take 5 minutes out. But if we're gonna end, then I'll stay here.
I'm getting ready to get off here anyway. If you guys are done with me.
Yes, we are, dear. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Harvey.
yeah. Nice meeting you, Harvey. Absolutely. Yeah.
I appreciate it, and it was different,
It was.
And thank you for having Musa on, man. That was just
absolutely glad it was a good surprise. Your face
was
so lit up. I was like, yes, we got him. So
I thought if he did show up, it'd be like towards the end or something, But that was a surprise.
Yeah. We had chatted about him, originally coming up at the end, but then I was like, you know what? I think he would literally love it if you were there.
Oh yeah, I did. I mean, that was just, it was amazing. Thank you all.
Mm-hmm.
You are so welcome, and you're always welcome
Our
up.
pleasure. Yep.
All
Here.
Mm-hmm.
right. Love
All right,
you all.
Harvey. Yep. Be safe. Be safe.
Much
Yep.
love.
You
I'll
too.
chat with you later, Harvey.
All right.
All right. Bye.
You're right,
All right.
Matt.
Take care. Most of the heroes on right.
Dub got
Yeah.
a new sub. Yeah, I just
Nice.
subbed to you also, Dub.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah, that
see.
was a good stream we
It
had
really
today.
was.
Very good stream. Yeah.
It was
Thank you
great.
to everybody that was here. I saw like what 40 something
Yeah.
at one point, so it was a good turnout
Yep.
today. So we appreciate everybody that was
Yeah.
here.
Thank
That's for
you,
sure.
T-Coy, for coming. I appreciate you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, Bad Guy, Lisa, Kurt, Janice, beautiful Miss Penny, of course, Jenny T, JFK. Who else is in here that I didn't? Dub, Fatima, Canadian. No, Canadian Harvey is not. He got out last year. He spent 29 years incarcerated.
Rockstar and Ruins was here.
Yep, Rockstar. Thank you, Musa, for coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other people that came from Harvey's chat. Tashanka, thank you. I think I already said Janice Brubaker.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny, thank you. Thank you, FM and Y Creeps.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have hit everybody. Well, mostly everybody that was here the whole time. I appreciate you guys. Oh, Tech, thank you.
Lala was here in the beginning, right?
Oh, yes. Lala was listening while she was at work. So I appreciate you as always, Lala. But you guys, I definitely appreciate it and appreciate you guys showing Harvey support. That was really awesome. It meant a lot to me. And Fatima, you can message me anytime. I sent you a message on Instagram already. If you need help, let's see what we can do to try to help you get out of the bad situation you're stuck in. We can find you some resources or whatever. We definitely, that's what we're here for, so.
True.
But, well, thank you, Variety, because you rock as always. Best co-host in town.
I try. Doing multiple shows, multiple days ain't really nothing no more, because Irene and I are trying to get to the two lives a week schedule, even though we've been slacking on the one. So
right. I was gonna say, yeah, me too. I keep saying I'm gonna go live just to chat, and I just haven't. I haven't had time, but I'm getting close with the hours there. I think I'm at like 1800, maybe it's like 19 or something. I'm close. I forget what it is, but just kind of get on there and just start chatting with people, so but we'll see.
You got it.
You know how busy I be getting.
That's it. Go day by day and see how it goes,
Yep. Fact. Thank
well,
you.
everybody, I appreciate everybody coming in, hitting the like button, and just being here. It means a lot to us. Because without you guys, we would be talking to ourselves, and we could do that on the phone off YouTube.
That's what I was gonna say, and we have phones.
So we appreciate everybody being here. So that's my outro, and I'll let Jules end it this week. Usually I do, but Jules, you take the floor.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you, and we love you guys. Stay blessed, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Later.